Hi everyone, this is Vi. We're going to check out Codename Peg-leg. I'm going to go ahead and read the game page here. It says Codename Peg-leg, title not final, is an action side-scroller featuring simple gameplay and a bold visual style that's a little bit minimalist and a little bit retro. On release, the art style will be different but similar, and the gameplay will be deeper but still uncomplicated. Formerly known as Project Peg-leg. Okay. Currently, I'm looking for feedback on the feel of the controls and movement. Alright. Suggested gameplay mechanics and, to a lesser degree, feedback on the visuals and style. Bug reports and suggested fixes are welcomed. Please be specific about any problem you have, whether it's a bug or not. Many of the changes from the last demo are behind the scenes. The most visible changes are much better scrolling, still some kinks to work out though. Better lanterns, and somewhat more subdued visual aesthetic. If you want to help this game look better, please contact me. I'm willing to pay for art. Amounts and details are negotiable. Controls can be changed to virtually anything. Standard keyboards and Xbox compatible controllers are supported. Stairs are designed to be able to be walked past. To get on stairs, use the up or down arrow when at the bottom or top of the stairs. Alright, so we got some wonderful Castlevania stairs, it sounds like. Default controls, movement is arrow keys, attack is F, jump is space bar, climb ledge is D, get on stairs, up or down arrow, enter door is R, and pause is escape. Alright, so go ahead and jump in the game here. It appears to be a windowed game. I haven't found any way to either maximize the window or get into a proper full screen mode. It would be great to have full screen. I always, I don't really play any games in not full screen, so I would definitely recommend implementing a proper full screen mode. But in the capture, it should be kind of, I'm sure it's a little blurry. It's rather small on my screen, so it's getting blown up to the 1080p. So it'll look kind of blurry, I'm sure. Nonetheless, have to kind of lean in a little bit because it's a rather small window, but we'll go ahead and give it a shot. I haven't seen anything past the screen. It just kind of loads up the game in this state. It does have a pause menu and has some controls, which I guess you can assign here, which is nice. Main attack is F, jump is space, climb is D. I wonder why it would be D instead of like up. Pause is escape, then walk left is left, walk right is right. Up, down, enter is R. We got what? F, D, R. It's very unusual choices for control buttons, in my opinion. Back out is backspace. Oh, and escape works to back out too, so that's nice. In any case, looks like we got jump. Jump, then D, F, and R. Alright, so we got some debug on the left here. I don't remember what the... Alright, so F is an attack, and then R is... What was it, climb up? I don't even remember. Enter door is R, I don't understand that. Climb is D. And attack is F, I guess. So this seems a little strange to me. I don't understand why you would need separate buttons for climb and for enter door. I also don't understand the particular choice of buttons on the keyboard here. I think I'll go ahead and see if I can get I gotta plug the battery into my Xbox controller here. Try testing this out. There it goes. Alright. What does it say? Enter here with a controller to change its controls. Okay. But if I press B, alright. Alright, that works. So, alright, so this is much more what I would expect for controls. It's A to jump and X to attack. It's got the thumbstick and the D-pad implemented, so that's nice. I don't know which buttons. I guess probably Y and B are the other things, the climb and climb and enter door, which again could just be like the up arrow or something. Alright, so that was a little weird. Ooh. Right. So it looks like you have inertia. So if I jump and then press right, I can't. There's no air movement whatsoever, except if I am already moving left to right, I can do that. So that's extremely kind of retro. And I guess these guys... Oh, alright. So yeah, 0 air movement whatsoever. Ooh. Why did I just jump? I don't think I pressed the jump button. Oh, ooh. Pressing... Is it up? It's not working now. Why did it jump? The last 2 times I jumped, it was not from pressing the jump button. Oh, I know why. I got this cable coming out of the back of my controller. I was hitting the space bar. Alright, false alarm. I was hitting the space bar on my keyboard. Just move that out of the way. That was very strange. Alright, so immediately it looks like it's really... Like it's kind of hard to get up here. You have to time it very particularly, which is a very extremely retro sort of thing. This is like Donkey Kong Jr. kind of controls so far, which are generally considered very frustrating, but not, I mean, it's a good game for its time, you know. And same with the Castlevania stairs. Everyone pretty much hates the Castlevania stairs, I think, so something to keep in mind. Nonetheless. Okay, so another thing I noticed is you have to get really close to the edge of the screen for it to scroll, which means you can't see anything in front of you. So I would highly recommend having the camera. You know, I think there's probably a lot of literature on the internet about camera stuff. I definitely recommend looking some up because there's a lot of considerations you can make, but at the very least, give the player a lot more room in front of them to see. You know, ideally you might even make it so like if I'm over here, like it would show me where I'm going. Like if I'm right here and I'm going to the right, it would kind of scroll with me about at this position. So I can see more in front of me instead of more behind me, if that's clear enough. It's a recommendation I'd make. Interesting little lantern type of thing. So here, there's apparently something bad right here, but I can't actually see. So that's a big problem. I mean, I can kind of work with the camera here. I think he just hit me. Which might suggest so the hitboxes might be a little big. I suspect they are. So generally I recommend just very generally for pretty much all games that are 2D or whatnot, just make the hitboxes smaller than the actual sprite. It just, everything works better. You don't have to worry about tiny little, you know, like the little foot that sticks out on this guy. Probably shouldn't determine the bound of the sprite for taking damage because it's just that didn't work. When you're playing, you don't think about being that precise with your movement and avoiding damage, so you end up taking a lot of damage that, let's see, what button is it? Y? B? It's the B button. You end up taking a lot of damage that you don't really feel you deserved in that way. So I said congratulations, I got some hearts. I'm not sure if that means it's the end. Oh, that's interesting. I actually kind of like that, how it just plops you back into the start of the game again. It's kind of funny. All right, so I suspect that's all we have so far. So clearly it's rather crude, but functional. Oh, did I just take damage? Oh no, you have fall damage. Why would you have fall damage? That's very silly. I mean, to have fall damage in the first place, you really have to have kind of a reason to want that. Um, and also just to take damage just from jumping normally is really kind of silly, in my opinion. I think most would probably agree with me. But so yeah, I think I even died from it. So there you go. All right. So yeah, clearly a very crude sort of game. It's very retro in its approach, and I would say, aside from everything I mentioned already, just a few things that could probably improve the game quite a bit. I think that the movement with all of the zero air control and the full inertia and everything. I mean, there's not really inertia. There might be a tiny bit of inertia with just moving left and right, but all the air inertia, the lack of air control, is very unforgiving, and most people aren't going to like that, so I would definitely recommend adding in a good amount of air control. I mean, even if you just want to keep things as simple as possible, if you look at games like Mega Man X, you move the same left and right in the air as you do on the ground, and you know those games, not only do they work, but they're some of the best action games ever made in 2 dimensions. So a very simple movement, and it's very achievable, so I'd recommend that for sure. Get some air control. The jump is pretty floaty. It doesn't appear, yeah, it appears it's the same height no matter how long you press the button, so that's another thing you can consider, is having it, having the game watch when you release the button. If you release it early, you can drop early, or at least, you know, stop your upward momentum. And I'd probably make the up and down movement, bump that up just a little bit in the speed, the vertical speed in that jump, so it's a little faster, and then you'll feel real in control if you kind of combine all those things, I think. And the stairs are another thing. But yeah, that would be my suggestions. I think there's a number of things that are relatively straightforward that I mentioned that could probably, if you choose to, would elevate the game a good amount. So yeah, hopefully that's useful to you, and for sure, if you have any questions or whatever, you can just let me know, and I'll probably, I don't know, find something else to play, make another video. We'll see. All right, see you guys.